You saw the video of Donald Trump and Melania from the 9/11 tribute today, right? I don't know about you, but it sure looks to me like something's going on there. When I posted this to my YouTube earlier today, I got a bunch of comments that were like, I thought this was a still photo until you could see Melania's hair moving. Like clearly he's dozing. Obviously, if you look a little closer, there's more to it than that. As somebody who has a hemiplegic migraine disorder, that's what half of my face looks like when I'm having a hemiplegic migraine, which is very easily confused for a stroke. The difference is just that my symptoms resolve. Of course, based on that video, but also still images from today like this one and this one, folks all over Twitter and Blue Sky, and I'm sure every other corner of the internet, are speculating as to whether or not he's had a stroke. So that rumor obviously is going to be compounded by the fact that he put out this video last night about Charlie Kirk on his failing social media platform, Truth Social. And initially a lot of people were like, oh, this has to be AI. There's something about it that's giving Uncanny Valley, right? I didn't think that it was AI. I thought that was really Donald Trump, but something clearly looked edited, or I want to say airbrushed or photoshopped, but something looked synthetic about it. The way his mouth was moving in that video was just a little weird. Here, I'll show a tiny clip. Right after he posted about it on Truth Social last night, I did a whole video breakdown. You can go watch it. I can't bear to listen to the whole thing again, but just look at this little bit.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace.
Obviously, there's no definitive diagnosis, and obviously the internet loves the rumor mill. I was really frustrated the other week when people were sure that he was deceased because he hadn't gone golfing in 13 days. And if you look at photos from just a couple of days ago at the US Open, etc., he doesn't have that prominent hemiparesis slumping on one side of his face. It would be wrong of us to presume that he's had a stroke. Maybe he's got Bell's palsy. Who knows? What's concerning here is like something is clearly going on and there's just no transparency from the regime whatsoever. They didn't even want to have to disclose his venous insufficiency, if that's even what it is, until there were just pictures all over the internet of his ankle cankles. And I think there's a level at which we're all watching this video like it's a Hope Corps video. Like, yes, this is a man who, as I have said many times, clearly has the dwindles. I don't know, I guess if we see a press conference from him later today or tomorrow and he doesn't have that pronounced sagging on one side of his face, it doesn't change the takeaway from today, at least for me, is that there is no transparency from this regime. They want you to believe that Donald Trump is in amazing health, even though he is clearly an ailing, almost 80-year-old man, clearly has multiple health issues as well as significant signs of cognitive decline. Because he's almost 80 years old, he's never taken care of his health, and his body is wearing out. I know narcissists think they're going to live forever when they realize that they are actually mortal. They really, really do not cope very well at all. I have a whole video I did on that a couple of weeks ago, what it's like to deal with an aging narcissist. And I realized that the article I was referencing was talking about an aging narcissist in your life, like a parent or a spouse. But unfortunately, what we're dealing with in this situation is 340 million people in the United States and, everybody in the entire global community having to deal with the fallout of an aging narcissist, because a minority of Americans decided that it was a good idea for him to once again run the United States of America, and this time run it right into the ground. I don't know, I guess for me, right, the lack of transparency from the regime, of course, they're going to falsely paint him as somebody who's going to live forever because that's what he wants to believe, and they're obviously going to assist him in that cope, right? But my big takeaway is just that, like, we're going to see more of this. We're going to see more because he is an aging man who is declining. That's precisely what I mean when I say he has the dwindles. My dad did geriatric medicine, and I don't want to say it's a medical term, but that's the term for it when people's bodies and brains just start to wear out. There doesn't have to be, like cancer or Parkinson's or some inevitable disease progression, but you can see that somebody is going downhill. It's called the dwindles. And to me, I don't know, every time I compare photos and video of Trump in the last month with even the beginning of the year or 1 or 2 years ago, that decline is very prominent. We are inundated with so many images and press conferences, so much footage of him. It's hard for us to distance ourselves and actually see that decline. But take a leap back 8 months or a year, 2 years. Oof, that contrast is stark. So if he comes out, today, tomorrow, next couple of days, and it's not looking like he had a stroke, or even if it is, y'all, and he's still staying in office, I don't think that you should feel disheartened or disappointed in that. Just remember, he is a mortal man. His days are numbered. If he makes it to the midterms, I will be surprised. There's lots of things giving me comfort right now, and one of them is definitely reminding myself every time I see any footage of Donald Trump that, yeah, that man has the dwindles. He is on his way out. Time is catching up with him. It's going to happen sooner rather than later, and I honestly feel like the thing that we have to focus on is, what kind of America do we want? What kind of America are we fighting for? What's the society that we want to build? Because Donald Trump will not be here in the future that we are going to make.